Hi, welcome back to number 38 of What's for Dinner. This week I've definitely resorted to a lot of classic family meal ideas as it's been pretty manic with the children, and I'm giving you a little snapshot every day of what we've ate, but it's a bit more of an in-depth cook with me for our weekend fakeaway. So hopefully you still get lots of inspiration if you're stuck in a rut with your meal planning, and let's get into the video and see what we had for dinner this week. So for our first meal this week, I've just taken some chicken fillets out of the freezer, and I've got these peppers to use up and also some garlic cloves and onions, and then I picked up this pineapple on offer, so I thought I'll use some of my pantry ingredients, corn flour and sugar, alongside tomato puree, passata, chopped tomatoes, and all of the flavourings: ginger, white wine vinegar, chilies, ketchup. And I was going to make a sweet and sour chicken, but one of the kids did ask for a Diet Coke chicken while I was cooking it, so it's a little bit of a variation between the two. As you can see, I've got the peppers. I added a few carrots in there as well, so I did add a little bit of Diet Coke as well. So I will link both those recipes down below. I've shown them previously, but we're having it very simply with some rice and a few pompadons, and then I've kept a third of it to put in the freezer for next week as well. Then the next evening, I'm just getting these ready. It's onions and mushrooms in a little bit of oil and seasoning. Alistair's going to cook up some steaks from the butcher's. The kids actually got to eat at Granny's, so that was good. So the mushrooms and onions have been sauteed down alongside some little cherry tomatoes. We're having a few chips in that basket, and then we're having it on a bed of rocket with some balsamic vinegar. On top of the steak, I've got some creamy peppercorn sauce, and I make this about once every 3 months and just freeze it in portions, and some crispy onions on the top. Then the next day is one of our basics we know that everyone's going to eat, and it's a great way to get loads of veg in. So chicken curry. The boys really fancied it with noodles tonight, so in the chicken curry we've got some courgettes, peas and carrots, and there's plenty on the hob that can be used up with the kids. I'm going to keep a little bit for lunch with a baked potato tomorrow, and then the rest again I've put into a freezer bag, and I'm going to have that alongside the sweet and sour chicken from the first night you seen, and we're going to have a little bit of a Chinese banquet, so we've got 2 dishes already done for that then. Then the next day, another simple dinner. I'm using up red onions and brown onions, sauteing them down. So I'm going to do an onion gravy and then keep it as a chutney in the freezer. So we have got some plain flour, brown sugar, Worcestershire sauce, red wine vinegar, and also beef stock. So simply tonight we are having it with potatoes and veg. The kids really want to boil potatoes. My husband's having it with mashed potatoes, and so am I. And just peas and veg on the side. Simple little dinner that was quick. And this is the lovely onion gravy left for another day that sautés down and gets sweeter. And then we have it for fillings with sandwiches as well. Another simple dinner I actually made that morning time was a vegetable soup, and I diced up some ham throughout it. I've put on a few potatoes on the boil, and basically it just fills the kids and makes it more of a meal when we have a potato in the soup. I don't know if that's an Irish thing, but it's something we do over here, and the kids will have it with some crusty loaf as well. So we're actually going to go off swimming, so this just means there's plenty of energy in them, but they do like a little McDonald's on the way home. So for myself and Alistair, we declined the McDonald's, and I am making us some potato wedges. They're just seasoned up there with a little bit of oil, and they were the boiled potatoes that I cut into wedges. And I'm going to use this new gadget that I bought recently from Lakeland, and basically this cooks your toasties and wraps in the microwave within just 3 minutes. And as you can see, it's just one of those really easy to clean things as well. So that is probably what sold it to me first off. So just simple white bread we're having. It's already been in the microwave for 3 minutes. Inside I'm going to use the Sainsbury's Valencia orange and cranberry topped ham, which I love, grated cheese, and then the onion chutney that you've seen with the sausage and mash during the week. It's now cooked down and lovely and sweet. So the wedges came up lovely and crispy because they were parboiled before, and as you can see with the toasties, they come out exactly the same as a normal toasty maker, lovely melted inside, and you've got the nice griddled brown marks on the outside as well. So just a very simple easy tea with the chili dip there, but sometimes it's the easy teas that you enjoy the most. So for the next dinner, I'm going to make some loaded chili lava fries. So as a shortcut, I've actually got some oven chips here already lined on my oven tray. And then for the actual chili mixture, you can go for your normal chili recipe, but I'm just altering this a little bit. So 750 grams of mince, some mozzarella. For the chili mix, I've got red kidney beans, passata, chopped tomatoes, 2 brown onions, about 7 to 8 garlic cloves, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, some tomato puree, all the spices, paprika, coriander, ground cumin, Worcestershire sauce, and then I'm using tikka paste, but you could go for a chili paste, and a beef stock cube. And then just the way we would normally create a chili mixture. So I'm browning down my onions with my garlic, let them saute down before adding in your mince. I'm just going to brown this down for a few minutes and then start adding in all the flavours and spices. So I've done about a tablespoon of my tikka paste. I don't want it overly hot for the kids, but you can just do it whatever way you want to suit you. And then some of my tomato puree paste and about 2 teaspoons of all the spices. So at this stage it's better just to go with 2 teaspoons because you can add more flavour and heat later. A really good dose of the Worcestershire sauce, and then I crumble in my beef stock cube. I don't create a stock mixture with liquid because we're now going to add in our liquid. So 1 can of chopped tomatoes, then about 400 mils of passata. If you like it more bulky and you don't like it so liquid, cut back on the passata. 2 teaspoons of the light brown sugar, and then I give it a really good mix through just to make sure all the liquid and all those spices are combined. About 30 to 40 minutes on the hob. 10 minutes just before the end I add in my kidney beans, and then also do a final taste. I will add a little bit more heat with crushed chilies if I need. Then once those oven chips and the chili are ready, you just want to layer the chili onto the chips on your oven tray, and just make sure to layer it completely out, and then sprinkle over that mozzarella cheese. About 10 minutes in the oven. That's going to be lovely and melted and ready to serve. Our kids love just having them like this. It definitely doesn't look very pretty, but honestly they're so delicious. So they have them in their chip basket with their burger liners, and yeah, it's just really cheap and easy to do. And for us, we like to serve them like this, and you can get lots in the little porcelain holders as well, as long as you make sure to put the chili mixture on the top. We're serving it with some lime wedges and sour cream as well. So you can make this really speedy by using the oven chips and bulk cooking your chili as well. So you can have a little fake away in the eat weekend quick. So with my glut of apples from our apple tree, I'm getting about a bucket of these most days. So I have got the boys to work here. They're peeling these apples, well they're trying to anyway, and I've been making these quite a lot most days and freezing an apple mix. So they're peeling those down, and I've just chopped them up relatively chunky. What I find with generally apple crumble mixes is it's so sweet, and I wouldn't let my kids have them that often. So using a little bit of apple juice with some butter and a little bit of castor sugar still gives you a lovely sweet mix. So like I said, you can pop this in the freezer. We are going to use some of it. I've put them into these little pots, which will be going into the oven. And for a topping, again, just to make it a little bit more different and a bit more savoury, I've rubbed my flour with the butter, and I've added in chopped walnuts, some chocolate chips, and some rolled oats as well. So basically just top your little pie dishes or whatever dish you've got, and then put them in the oven. This will take about 25 to 30 minutes, and then you'll see the toasted nuts. I sprinkle a little bit of sugar, and you can see the melty chocolate chips as well. So lovely and crisp on the top into that nice sweet filling. Serve it with either some custard or single cream. I've went for the custard, and we absolutely love it. Like I said, it's a great way if you've got a lot of apples this season. You can just keep those mixtures, and you've got a lovely little dessert if someone pops in as well. So hope you enjoyed the video this week. Do make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below for me. And of course, if you're new, make sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell. But thank you very much for watching. I will see you in my next video.